the logo in the background again.
Yeah, bro. My chick actually tuned me. I didn't know what to do for number 5. She's like, just take some tools and tie it around. I'll think of something else for number 6, bro. I want to start like this. I don't know, just this organic process, you know. Keep it interesting.
Hello, Haga. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it, bro?
Well, they're tools. It's nice.
Yeah, bro, I'm using my tools now, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm not going to be a tool, though, eh? I won't be one.
Awesome.
Okay, guys.
My name's not here, eh? He's away, so no more swearing this time.
Okay, guys, we are live. I got confirmation.
Cool.
So everyone, welcome. I'm glad that you all joined us. I'm Algirdas. I will show some btde.dex stuff today, and let's go. Oliver.
What? I just jumped in. I almost lost the session because
what you will show? What you will show?
I want to show. I will make a small coding session showing how to start with kind of Node.js programming for Burst. So that's almost that. So just try to attract and show to how easy it is to code for Burst.js for Burst.
So Zoe, what are you will show?
I will show something new made for the Burst Explorer. So I updated the Burst notification system to handle tokens notifications. So you will have email notification if you sign up for tokens. It's not live yet, but I will show you some of the stuff that's currently in the testing.
So Alistair, why are you Moonlight meaning?
How's it, guys? I'm the noob on the show. I've got some tools here, but I'm not one. And I just wanted to chat to you about Moonlight mining. It's a spot for all the noobs if they want to come learn about mining, and we're doing POC to start because it's the most efficient.
Okay, cool. Okay, we'll start screen share. We'll go first to show where you can find btde.trade. I probably not updated links in the sites, but you can push on here on releases. I see, wow, it's 35 minutes ago released last version with cross-chain enabled. You can here choose probably Windows stuff or Linux or what you want. Okay, I have pre-installed it. Maybe it's better say downloaded already. Yeah, it is. Let's do 5. Okay, let's start.
So if you don't know which version to download, you just download the JAR file, which should work on any computer, right?
Right, but you need to have Java virtual machine installed in your system. So maybe Windows users don't want to do it, or etc. But for Windows users, we have this exec build. Here you can see main screen. Sorry.
So does it support JavaScript in 32-bit or 64-bit or both?
Good questions, but we recommend 64-bit because there are books with BRS in 32 bits. But I guess I'm not sure. I need to ask Joss. Joss, can you write in Discord? I will answer. Okay, I here have some 12,000 bursts, and I will show how to create a new token in Burst blockchain. Just push new. You can select ticker. Ticker is like BTC, TRT, and etc. I think I will choose let's talk Burst, so LTV. Total supply, I don't know, we can make 1,000 or okay 10,000. decimals, it's how much decimals we want. So, okay, let's left 4. Description. Okay, why I can push? I can push here. Okay, it's live stream. It's bug. Don't know why it's not working. It's frozen. Ah.
That's a good
you
demo.
have some mouse click issues, isn't it?
I see.
I think it's a problem of Ubuntu, to be honest. I know that I had that several times. Try to hit like function button or alt or something like that. Maybe it works.
Okay, let's repeat. That will be P 10,000 4. Yes, it's working now. Yes.
Yeah, it's not a BTDEX feature. It's an Ubuntu feature. I know that. I struggled a lot about that. Yeah, and I figured out that I had to hit some function keys, and then it works.
Okay,
Crazy.
I set description. I can read it. I will pay now 1,000 burst for creation fee. This fee will go to the miners. Your new token LBT with ID will be available shortly. Okay, and it's switched and auto listed to BTDEX.
Yeah, just one question while we're waiting for the confirmation. You didn't enter the passphrase. You entered kind of a PIN or something like that.
Yes.
So this is a security feature, isn't it?
Yes, you can see where in this where is BTDEX file. You can see config properties, and I can show it. You can see here is encrypted private key. It is encrypted with this PIN code with I enter it. So if you can see this code, it's not helping you because you don't know PIN code.
Yeah, cool.
So I can show this publicly and don't be hacked. Don't be afraid to be hacked.
Well, brute forcing maybe would help. If your password for the encoded private key is not strong enough, I can brute force it. It's better not to to publish that.
I can show this transaction in Zo. I forgot.
Just pronounce it like you will.
Zo.
That's fine.
Zo.
So. Yeah, that's fine.
Burst core. He fixed it.
Explorer.burstcoin.network.
Explorer. Okay.
Yeah. You can actually both use Explore and Explorer.
Okay, and where I need to unconfirm it, expired and confirm it. Well, here you can see this transaction, the token issuance, token creation. So, okay, maybe let's speak. Who wants? Maybe Oliver or Alistair to show his stuff when it will be created, this token. Alistair, maybe you?
Yeah,
cool, man. What I need to find out, how do I share the screen on Zoom?
You looked for green button.
Just hold on.
Share screen.
Share screen. Okay, here we go. Cool. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yeah, now we can.
Yep.
Does it look like the Earth? Does it look like me? Okay, cool.
No, it's more like mining what we're seeing here. So can you go there?
Yes. Yeah, so basically, okay, I've just started off with the website. We've got the domain. I'm just starting off with a whole lot of utility. So the design is pretty much sorted. What I've done is I'm using Bootstrap tabs. So, there's not a lot of like page reloads and then Ajax to pull in posts. But I want to make it really like community based, and then even like the stats that like people keep or that administrators or web owners actually keep from people, I want to show it to the public to create that community feedback. Like over here, it shows you how many visitors have been on the site, who's here. Most providers actually keep that information from the people that are, and I mean that information should be like, you know, available to the community and anonymously. So there, you know, there's security in that. So yeah, that's basically just the design is sorted, and it's going to look like this. And I'm going with the whole moon and earth theme. And we're going to start off with POC mining. And then, yeah, just going to try to pull lots of people in. There are a lot of young people in South Africa that are interested to get involved into cryptocurrencies, because our fiat currency, which is rands, is getting quite hyperinflated, going the same way as Zimbabwe, Argentina, Venezuela. So there's a greater need for people to get involved in this sort of thing, out of personal interest or just out of, you know, fear of like losing value out of our fiat currency. So there are different people from different sides. And then, yeah, once I've populated this with content, I'm going to help out Good Planets with GDP mining, which is also supporting the Burst community and BTDEX. And they've got their own token called GDP. So, yeah, these are we all kind of part of the same big community, same party. We've all got our different pockets and little, you know, forks from Burst, but we actually all representing the same thing. And yeah, it'd be nice for everybody to get involved where they feel comfortable. And I always say, add value where you see value. So if you enjoy doing something, grow that in your life. Rather work for yourself. Don't work for an employer. Rather be your own boss. Make your own way. And that's what we're going to try to help people do with Moonlight Mining. And that's the base and foundation. And then from there, we're just going to build everything on top of that. The same with blockchains. Blockchains wouldn't exist without miners. So they actually the floor, the foundation, they're holding the support. And yeah, just also creating more awareness about it, because there is a lot of, ignorance in the space. Not to say that people are ignorant, they just need to learn. So yeah, that's made some good progress. And then also we've got a POC mine or rig called Littlefoot, and yeah, it's actually been, we're pointing to the BMF pool. I'm going to just see if I can find the proof here, because, you know, proof's where it's at these days. So yeah, we want to invest in all sorts of proof, not just proof of capacity. Let me just see if I can, okay, so here's the BMF pool. I'm just going to see if I can find Littlefoot. Yeah, there we go. You can see over here.
Littlefoot.
So there is, we're busy, we're just actually replotting a whole lot of drives we've got, but yeah, I kind of went ahead and I wanted to do the videos and show those, but just ran out of time. So I've been doing a lot of recording and I'll release the videos later. My first priority actually is I've did a use case video for BTDEX that I've just got to finish the editing. So yeah, after that, it'll be content, BTDEX video, content on the website. Then I'm going to help with GDP mining. And yeah, if anybody who wants to get involved, they must please, come to the communities, get involved. We're also going to run a community, I think it's called a faucet, because people need Burst to actually first make an account and then start plotting and mining and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing from our side. And we're looking forward to kind of getting more involved and from my side, just helping people that are interested and keen to add value to the space, but they just don't know how.
Okay. So how is the situation in South Africa?
It's all right, eh? The biggest issue we're having at the moment is our power stations or electrical grid is busy failing. And yeah, it's just they haven't put in enough quotes or capacity for scaling. It always seems to be a scaling issue. I'm just going to stop sharing. Yeah, it always seems to be a scaling issue, and that's what we're also looking at doing is just trying to put measures and checks in place for scaling. And I think decentralization and self-regulation really helps with that, because the thing is, like, if there's a node that's got to account for all these extra bits of value coming in, it seems impossible for scaling. But if each little bit of value coming in has its own responsibility and adds its own value and creates its own circulation and feedback, that can scale very, very well. So it's about self-empowering, giving people the skills, giving them the know-how how to do their own thing. And also another thing with the electricity problem we have in this country, we're looking at like single board computers because they're very low watts, and solar, battery backups, all that kind of stuff. And West Horn's actually been very helpful moving into that direction. He's made quite a few contributions on moonlight mining already. Because I'm not too clued up on the technical when it comes to, you know, 5 and 12 volt circuits or supplies and stuff. So yeah, we're all good at different things. I'd say I'm actually good at nothing. I'm just all surface area. Jack of all trades, master of none. So I always look to other professionals in the community, and I feel a lot of these professionals are seriously undervalued because people just don't know who they are. I mean, we know who all the pop and rock stars are because they're all over MTV and all these channels. But like, who are the guys actually providing real value? So that's part of the mission we on as well, is to who are the real people adding value in this space, and the people that are undervalued, we're trying to promote them. And equally so, they're people that are overvalued. They're like Bitcoin smart contract developers that are getting paid serious bucks when they're not even providing that much value. And then there are Burst smart contract developers that are working their asses off day and night and they get nothing. So that's what we're looking at doing as well. It's just, you know, seeking the truth, see who's really putting in and who's really taking out.
I think you had in mind Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Ethereum, maybe you have in mind. You said smart contracts developers of Bitcoin. You understand me?
Well, yeah, it's weird because even a lot of it's weird how the mainstream layer or whatever, only so many people get to that surface. And I've seen guys trying really hard. No, you could call it a conspiracy or whatever, but it's weird. They get to a certain level, and when they're about to break, you know, off the surface and reach the mass public for mass adoption, something happens, or they don't get heard, or they get their YouTube channel blocked, or you know what I'm saying? I've seen it time and time again, bro. So once we are all in the blockchains and decentral and all that value is flying around, you can't turn it off, bro. You can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're aiming for as well. And I don't mind. I'm a truth speaker, whistleblower. I'll point out evil if I see it, you know, but same, I'll point out good. And that's just the mission I'm on and why I'm here.
Okay, nice. We have confirmation that our token is created and written in the blockchain. I hope you can see there is now minus
much clearer, bro. Did you lower your res?
I switched it to other monitor. I got feedback that is very bad to see. Now you can see I paid 1,000 and it's less 1,000. Now I can create order of buying this token. I can set that one token will be worth 1,000 bursts, and let's say I will buy 10 tokens. I will pay for it 10,000. Okay. Confirm limit buy. And I got in I have not counted for transaction fee. I need to pay transaction fee. Yes? No? Why I can't? Total burst. I have 11,000. Confirm limit buy. Incorrect transaction burst. Insufficient funds.
Does BTDEX doesn't it need a certain amount of confirmation before you can do it?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Size. I will buy 10, maybe 500. Except. No, it went through. I don't know why it's the first time it not went. So I must see again in pending transaction. I need to wait again 4 minutes to see this buy order. So after, well, yes, you can see it here now. After when it will be confirmed, everyone can buy this, can sell this token to this buy order and get 500 burst from it. So now you can, if you're watching on YouTube or I don't know in what platform, you can leave your Burst wallet address. I will send to each you one this token, and you can exchange it in BTDEX for 500 burst. Clear?
I think we actually missed the magic of this. If you look up any other blockchain and creating a token on that blockchain, it usually involves in coding and programming to some extent, like Ethereum tokens. And at the end of the show, you just made a few mouse clicks and the token is already here. And
you
it didn't cost a lot. It was 1,000 Burst coin. It's what? It's under $5.
And you don't need to pay for listing. You can auto list it in BTDEX and others can add. You just need to know this token ID and you can find it. So it's very
Indeed,
simple.
all you have to market is the token ID. Anyone who can download btdex can simply click that little icon in the top left corner and add new, paste the ID of the token, and there it is. It's not going to cost anything to list. It's very cheap to make. It didn't take a lot of time. It requires no technical skills at all to create a token on this platform, which is very unique. It's very, very unique.
And maybe who don't know what is token, it can be anything. It can be your company loyalty points, it can be your music representation, your rights to your music, can be shares to something, can be anything. It depends
or
on
it
your
can replace
model.
gift cards. Just think about a gift card for your shop. I don't know, you may be selling flowers or something and you get your gift card promotion printed and you mail it around in the world. It's going to cost a lot more than just making a token that can be exchanged in your shop if you want to accept it. It's absolutely reliable. It can be done, and that would be one fair use case for making a token. Sometimes people think that releasing a full token for something small project like this, replacing gift cards, is not going to worth it. But the thing is, it does worth it, as it's so cheap to issue it, and it can be in the orders of millions. It can be reused sometimes, but even if you don't reuse it, you can create a token for just about any reason you can think of.
Okay, that's now maybe Oliver or Zoch will show.
Yeah, could be. So I think you haven't described what BTDEX is right now. I think we mentioned it in the last session. Maybe it's worth mentioning that this is today, if I'm not wrong, correct me, it will be launched for the first release right now, isn't it?
Now you can now buy use, but it's launched 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay, 40 minutes ago. So it's a true decentralized exchange without any third-party intermediaries. No, it's this kind of new stuff which is being developed by you and another huge team and the community members. I think this is a very promising project. This is impressive to express that there can be cross-chain exchanges, swaps, and all that. That's very cool stuff. But okay, I said that I want to talk a little bit about programming for Burst.js, or doing like small applications or larger ones even. So what we have used when I developed together with Blanky, the Phoenix wallet. So we extracted, or we had a kind of foundation, created Burst library for the Node.js universe and for the web universe, which is called Burst.js. Maybe I will start sharing my screen to give some idea. Let me see. This is let me see this one. Okay, that one here. I will push down that here rapidly. So we have created the Phoenix wallet, and we have some nice stats here, like more than almost 10,000 downloads and that. But just to have a notion, the Burst.js is part of the architecture of the Phoenix. we have a wallet, but it's a package in the Node.js universe. So it's publicly available as a library. And I want to show you, and this is like making communication with the Burst reference software, which is the Burst node. And I want to show you rapidly how you ramp up a small project like a Node.js project, and for example, checking the balance of a certain account. So I'm just here. I opened already a WebStorm, but you can use other IDEs. Most famous is VS Code to work on that. And even if you're not proficient in JavaScript, it should be easy enough to start with that. So I want to show you how to ramp up by zero a project. So I start with npm init, for example. Wait, 1 moment. I got it. Yeah. And then use this doesn't matter. nvm use 12. I'm just saying that I'm using Node.js 12, but I can use 10, 12, and upwards. npm init. This is the way how I create a project. So he asked me, wait, I'm in the wrong. Rapidly npm init. So that's the way I start a project. I will call it, for example, let me see. Wait, doing wrong. Make dear. What else? Let's talk. CD, let's talk. And now I start the npm init third time. I always need 2 times. So I will. You ask you something. It's like a demo here. Burst.js. Just to initialize the project, my entry point is that I have no test command, doesn't matter. I don't have any repository. It's like burst point, Burst.js. If you're not familiar with that, what I'm doing right now, no problem at all. I will explain it a little bit. So what it's doing now, I just initialize the project. We'll load it inside my open. Let me see. I have a lot of projects here, so I need to organize myself. This is, I called it Let's Talk. So I open that. This window, and now we see a new setup of the project. So what happened right now is that it was created at the minimum bare information for a Node project. So it's called a package JSON. And it said like, I won't go into details of that. It's pretty easy, just a descriptor of the project. And I need to, I will start very simple for even for persons seeing that the first time. I'm creating a file called index.js. And the first step, I was still putting here a console log inside here, so hello. Okay, so I can now run the let me see, nvm use 12. I have several versions of Node installed, so don't be irritated on that. And I can make like a Node index.js, and you see that I mean, I think it's small here, but you can see that it's like printing hello. So this is my entry point in this file here. And what I want to do now is like, I need to install the packages I want to use. So in that case, I want to use Burst.js core package. Just showing you rapidly what does it mean. We have a central hub of repositories. It's called npm. It's a kind of Node package manager. I'm going there, and I said we have this Burst.js. It has to be. It's not that one. This is an old publication. It's deprecated. So wait, it's going here. So we see we have kind of package. I can even use this to show you where it comes from. So it doesn't matter what I'm actually doing here. So you see that here kind of Burst.js core. We are in the 0.5 version. I have it published the last version a month ago. It's still very active, the project, and I know that those starting use it and other community members already use that. So this is just like a description and a kind of installation feature how to do that. And exactly that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm just making like this. I'm doing save here just because I'm an old school guy. And now he's downloading the package, and it's bringing inside our package JSON file here. So we're seeing that as a dependency. So this is how really our package description, like Maven files or Gradle files, where we can organize our project somehow. And going here inside, I can do like, I will just open, making it larger, just everybody can see that. We won't need this right now here. And I can, for example, doing that, and now I'm importing the package. So the package would start with Burst.js core, and it offers me a lot of functionalities, a lot of stuff. But the first thing I need is the it's not compose API, if I'm not wrong. To start like compose conf API. So the way is that I need to set up my API, and then I have a function called compose API, and it expects some. This is funny. She should give me some more messages on that. This is live coding session. I think it's node host. Wait, compose API. Something is weird here, guys.
Isn't it you need the $?
No, I don't need that, because this would be for a web project, but for a project that needs index stuff. Guys, something went wrong here. I'm not sure why he's not helping me out with my autocomplete here. So now
maybe I will show how to add a token which I created.
Yeah, you can do that right now. Wait, just a moment. I'm going to the compose API. I have to see there. It's like that one here. I just want to. I have a documentation which is kind of. It's funny. He should give me some, and I don't want to use the mainnet stuff. I'm going that way, and I have the testnet here, so I'm going to testnet because I don't want to make some. Wait, actually, wait a moment. I will use that. There's no problem at all. I hope it's actually. Then I can do like API. Something is wrong, guys. He's not using this stuff. Wow, this is weird.
npm install you did?
I did, yes, of course, because I can import it there. Usually he should show me all this stuff. Let me see something. I want to do something here, like adding a configuration and stuff for that. Oh. This is not what I expected. Script start, apply. This is, of course, live coding. Live coding is always complicated. Adding a start script here, and it's saying to him, oh, okay, to run my start script, you just have to make node, and you have to call index. So when I'm here, with just having a breakpoint here, starting my. So I'm here, and he said that the API is there. I have the API object here, but for some reason my WebStorm is not recognizing all these stuff here. Okay, there's no problem. I'm almost finishing, so it's all fine right now, and I can do like this API. It's account, if I'm not wrong, and I need to see. I need to go into the documentation just to see what's going on in account API. For example, I have account get balance. Okay, cool. I will keep it here. I just need to put here get account balance, my account ID string. Oh, that's okay. So get account balance, and then I have to put here inside my ID of my account. So I go over to the Burst wallet here, and this is just picking up. I just want to pick up my ID from an account here. From a okay. Copy account ID. Okay, I'm copying that, and I put here inside. And this is unfortunately this is unfortunately not. It's an asynchronous stuff he's doing here. Response. So it's like looking for the server, and then in the server he's going to just to request there. Got locked. I would just spit it out what we have here as response. I know that this is not the best style I'm doing here, but and now if I'm going to the terminal and making npm run start or npm start, it's possible too. It's like you see that he's already returning to me the balance account, which is expressed in planks or in the small units, and it's not really readable. So what I can do right now is like I'm saying, okay, I use a kind of feature from JavaScript with multi-structuring. It's still not showing here. This is very weird. I haven't had. So balance NQT stuff, and then I can have that like account balance is balance NQT. If I run it here down there, npm run start. So he said that you can see that here, this is that one, and this is the amount expressed in Planck, and I don't want to have this in Planck. So what I can do, I have utility function for that. I use the other package, which will be installed along with the, I call it with the, it's first value. With the core package, which is dependencies, the utility package, and this has a lot of functionalities, and there's one which is called burst value. So what I can do right now is like, I do here burst value, and then I can set from Planck, and I put the balance NQT inside here, and I can convert it to burst value, to burst. And I said that, okay, get burst. And now I put here burst, or I can even do this better to string, and this is better. And now if I run that, it should work fine. So he's using the new sign we introduced a few weeks ago, and it's like you said that the account balance is 5,000. And if you look at my wallet, it's exactly my account. One moment, and you can see that. So here, this is really my my account. I just entered that one. This is the account ID I have here, and this is the balance actually in the mainnet. So that's that way. So a few lines of code, you're already there inside. Of course, you have to dig a little bit in the documentation. I had some problems here that they're not showing up the auto-completion stuff. I don't know for what reason, but usually you don't have to dig every time in the documentation because it's like popping up and showing you that. So this is the way how you can start programming and making a lot of stuff. We have a lot of features. We are supporting smart contracts, assets will be there. We have the transactions, 10 transaction, all that. This is a little bit more complex because we have to make all the authentication stuff and using passphrases. But actually, yeah, that's the way you can start off. So I think it's pretty easy to do that because I'm proficient on that. But we are open that if somebody is interested in start to programming. And you can use it even on Node.js or in the web browser. So if you use modern web bundlers, and if you're proficient in React or no React or Vue.js or other frameworks, so just hop in and start on that. It's not very difficult to do that.
I think
we are there to help.
I think Zoh did with this library something.
Yeah,
I think he started, no?
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk about that.
I actually started 2 projects with this, but it's not for now. It will be for a later stream, maybe number 6 or 7. Let's see.
Okay.
So yes, but I started using it, and Oliver actually helped me a lot to understand the async functions and so on. That Svelte use and Java and all that. So yes.
And how for you is JavaScript? I think you was PHP guy, yes?
Second?
How to say it? PHP?
PHP, yeah.
PHP, yes.
Yeah.
And how is JavaScript after PHP?
Yeah, I do a lot of the language, but I'm learning every day. And Java, I was actually coding in Java way back when I had my university degree. But I forgot most of it. So, but yeah, Burst.js is pretty neat, and I'm definitely gonna use it for all my future projects because it's already there. There's no need to code it all from the beginning again. So I think everybody should try and look into it. Yes.
Okay, I will show how to add this token which I created. I need only I downloaded here again BTDEX client. German. I just started. It appeared in our screen. Now I will create a new wallet. You can see here my password. It must be super secure, but I don't care. I can show it. I will create now pin code.
I already did a screenshot.
This pin code will encrypt this how to call it, passphrase.
Passphrase, yeah.
Passphrase. Now it's calling Oliver's API, which is sending private key. Yes, I'm right, Oliver.
Almost. No, it's you are sending the public key there to being activated. So the account in Burst must be activated and identified by a public key. And if you just created it locally, there is no idea from the blockchain that your account exists. So you have two ways to activate your account. One is that you're sent a transaction. So, but in the initially you have no balance, and to send a transaction, you need at least a very small amount of Burst. So we have a kind of activation API that makes your account visible to the blockchain without any cost.
Mm-hmm. So you can see here is pending confirmations. So it's in that.
It will take some time, Cephas, because there's a lot of in the mempool right now. There's 82 transactions there. So.
Okay. So I will show how to add this token. You can see I use it with new. Now we use this add. You need only to write tokens ID. This tickers is not unique. How to say this word? I mean tickers description. It is all can be same token can have same, but you can.
Let me help you out a bit.
Okay, help me.
So you can create multiple tokens with the same name and description, but this ID that you just highlighted will be unique to each. And this is the number that you need to put there to get the exact token. You have to be careful with that, as people might try to make a token that has the same name as a popular one and try to trick you into doing something not so smart. So always pay attention to use the proper ID.
So you can see I here listed this LBT, which I created in different account instance of BTDEX, and you can see here my buy order with 500, where I can sell my LBT if I have for 500 burst and get it. So I created value for this token. Now this LBT is worth one LBT is worth 500 bursts. So it's a way to create some value to your token. Okay. Okay, so that's all. Maybe we have some people who want this token. I don't see in chat. I don't see Nivok. Maybe you can see in YouTube chats. Maybe people want this token. No. For cross-chain transactions, where will other blockchains being hosted? Maybe Oliver, you can answer this question. Where will other blockchains being hosted? Other blockchains live in own nodes, and they don't interact blockchains with different blockchains.
I don't exactly understood that one, but it's like there will be cross-chain transactions. Yes, I know that.
There is now. I can show that.
Yeah, but and where will other being hosted? I don't understand the question exactly. To be honest,
it's I think it's person who don't understand how blockchain work, basics of blockchain, that it exists in network.
But maybe he's referring if we're using some kind of API to the BTDEX project to look into the chain of the other crypto coins.
Most likely, yes.
No, we don't use it.
So BTDEX does not look into any of the other coins.
Yes. The person who creates order, or it's more correct to say who takes sell or buy order, must look to his wallet when he receives this or not receives. And if he don't receives or receives too little or too much, he can dispute and just open dispute, and mediators will solve this problem. You can see this Dodge market. You can see here is some people buying Burst with Dodge and people selling Burst with Dodge. Some people selling Burst, some people buying. So I can buy some Dodge. You need to register Dodge account first. Check the account tab. I need to at first register account at so this person know where to send Dodge. So if I don't specify it, he don't know where to send. So we need to create this account, but I'm not ready now. So
I have a question. It's more related to when you're activating the account, Mr. Hager, where the fee that we're activating the account. How is that set? Is that using suggested fees or just taking the lower fee, or how does it work?
Oh, well, I'm not sure why this should be an important information, but it's like we have an account which is our activation account, which is charged with some Burst, and it's paying like the fees. I think the standard fee that.
It's not what that I'm meaning. What I mean is when we're trying to have the public key for the account set, the activation is submitted to the chain, and the activation script pays a fee. Is that a prioritized fee, so the user don't have to wait for a long time if the queue is long, or is it a fixed fee?
Well, I think it's a fixed fee. I'm not sure actually, because it's a long time ago that I implemented. Maybe I put the standard fee because I don't want the user to wait too long time. I have to look into the API to see if I even put a priority fee there inside. But I'm pretty sure that it's not the lowest fee I put there. I have to look into it.
It's not, because I actually just looked it up and I see that it has already gone through, even there was a lot of transaction in the mempool. So I was just asking for the user's sake to how long they should wait for their account to be activated. So it looks like it goes pretty fast.
Yeah, so, but I just during this session I will take into the code and saying there what's the fee on that. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so I think let's go to end. Maybe Alistair, you want to say something? Input?
I have something I can show. See if it's after.
Oh, okay. So
well, I'm good. I'm good this side, Bria. I just wanted to ask maybe Zoe how the NDSA is doing in the Burst nodes from, I think there was a BSR wallet upgrade or something. Has everybody changed over to the new version?
I think the stats are pretty much similar to what they were before the release of BRS 2.5.0. So we have the crawler has around 220 active nodes, which are all above or equal to 2.5.0. So that's actually was a little bit higher than before the launch of the new versions. So it's actually going pretty well. The NDSA reward only rewards 2.5.1 as we made a newer release shortly after. Yeah, it's going nicely. Everybody's upgrading nicely for what I can see. I have to say that the NDSA reward script does not monitor the older nodes anymore. So I actually don't monitor them if they're still around, or so they are cut loose from the monitoring now.
Great. And then just like a technical question, let's say I'm hosting a node with like an older wallet version, and will that process the transactions from like if say another client was using that older version? So like versions the version you're using, does that correspond with like a node that's on that same version?
You mean if it updates itself if you upgrade your wallet?
Yeah, let's say I'm hosting a BSR wallet that's like, I don't know, say version 2.4 or something, and then but I'm an actual node, because there's obviously nodes are open wallets that are running the whole time, and then if somebody comes just to do a transaction, like as I understand it, it's the nodes that help process those transactions.
But as far as I know, the newer version that we have does not talk with older nodes, so they actually split out of the network. But I'm pretty sure that the older nodes would try and talk to the newer nodes. I'm pretty sure that Oaxaca can tell a bit more details about that.
We had an issue a few weeks ago. That is when even Bittrex started to be behind, because there was a kind of, they were running an old version of the node, an older one, and this was a kind of 2.3 version or even older. I can't remember that exactly. And there was kind of in somewhere in the Burst universe, there were kind of a version which like an intermediary version between the very old ones and the newer ones, still maintained by the POCC. So the POCC, they launched one a long time ago. They launched a version which they used another version like kind of bridge, and there were communication were done on that. So for some reason, somebody disabled that kind of a version somehow, and nobody knew about that, and it's Bittrex stopped staying behind. This was like about 2 months ago, and we solved this rapidly. We asked them to update their node, and and it's actually, we have physically, I can't remember which is the exact version which is really behind that, which is being cut off, as you said. I think it's, I can't remember the version, like 2.2 something like that. 2.26 was the bridged version, and everything below was the ones which were staying orphaned when we say that. But nowadays it's like we have 2.5 already. We made this was the sodium hard fork. Remember that we talked about this last time, and so it, we have really cut off the older versions. Everything below 2.27, I think, so won't work anymore. I'm not sure, and even 2.3 is, I'm not sure if that's out. And there was an issue with the POCC pool in the past, which because of that kind of version, they stayed behind also. But nowadays, everything from version 2.4 of the DRS works seamlessly with everything we have right now. So this is the minimum necessary version is 2.4 upwards.
Okay, cool. So the long answer sounds like it varies from version to version, but the short one, just stay updated as of 2.4 onwards.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
At least if you want the NDSA rewards, you need to be 2.5.0.1. Sorry.
So speaking of that NDSA rewards, what I'd like to do when Littlefoot's fully plotted, I want to actually start some Burst nodes. And I don't know if there are if there are any people in the community that are very clued up. I'd like to try to do them on single board computers like Raspberry Pis and all that sort of stuff, because they're low watt. And then I've got a cool idea. What I'd like to do, there's a USB port on the back of most routers, and you can power Raspberry Pi or Pi via USB. So I'd like to try do that. You know,
I have some experience with Raspberry Pi. I did 2 installations on Raspberry Pis. So just reach out if you need any help.
So well,
I'll do my very best.
Well, actually, the BRS software is quite lightweight, so even pretty weak computers can run it. I did run Burst software on cheaper alternatives to Raspberry Pi boards. I think the ones I used was Orange Pi. I bought them for something silly like $3 a piece. And they are nice quad-core computers, and they can run this kind of software quite fast. You can actually even mine Burst coin with one of those boards. They will happily serve 1 or 2 hard drives on USB ports, so it's very valid to use them. It will help the network to be stronger, and it really doesn't take a lot to set them up. Many of them can run Ubuntu Linux software right out of the box, and once you get that booted, it will work just like a desktop computer, and you can install the Burst software and the node and even btdex on a machine like that, and it will do its job without issues. Actually, if you have a smart TV that has a USB port, I believe some of them have enough current in the USB socket to power the board, and you can connect the TV to these single board computers as a screen, and then you can have access to btdex even if you don't have a full computer at your disposal, but you have internet access by some means. It is a really cheap alternative. I think that it may be worth to make some pre-made images uploaded somewhere, so people who don't have the technical skills just download them onto a flash drive, stick it into one of these very cheap computers, and there you go. You just power them on and they boot up without any interference or requirement from the user, and it will show the desktop and btdex available. I think it would be very nice to do so.
Well, I'd like to work towards something like that because I'm one of those guys that just needs the plug and play, you know. So yeah, that's cool, man. I'd like to work towards that after. And then just like you were saying, it sounds like if the power goes off when it boots, it can there's automation, because like I was saying, we have electricity cuts here in our country all the time. So, and I remember Zoe saying that with the NDSA rewards, it runs a script. So for that thing to be on, it's important.
Yes, you cannot know for sure when will the script checked for your node. If you want any of the rewards, it is a bit of random, but it does need to be online all the day to make sure that you get the reward if you are going for that. Even so, if you are not hunting for the reward or just want to make the network safer and faster, you should have the node online all the time. For this usage, almost any of these single board computers will work perfectly fine.
Yeah, so also, if you want the NDSA reward, you have to make sure that your firewall rules are configured correctly. Right, so your node needs to be connectable from the internet, so it's a part of the blockchain swarm, so each node can connect to each other without any problems. So the NDSA rewards also validate those configurations.
So you now just
I'll definitely be jumping into that.
Yeah, actually, yeah, okay, go ahead, Sifas.
I just now send 4 transactions with 1 LBT. So these guys can now, when they will get this token, they can sell it for 500 burst to my order with I created already. Okay, that's all.
Or we can set a different price, even higher than 500. Maybe it won't get sold.
It will be okay, but I think 500 is normal price, no?
Oh, it's a very good price for doing nothing but posting my address. I think I could live with that. If
You're starving
all that it
greedy.
takes is
Stop to be greedy.
posting the address, then I'm going to make a script that will spawn 100 million of these addresses.
But I'm doing it by hand, so I will notice it. It's not script. Okay, I think let's finish.
No, I have something to show before we finish. If you're, it actually supports the btdex pretty good. So if I share my screen here just for a second, so it will be this one. So it's not public yet, but the burst notification system on the Explorer actually has a token monitor system implemented now. So I can actually, or the users can actually sign up to monitor tokens. yesterday renamed the whole site from asset to tokens to support the future of Burstcoin. And everybody is talking token and not asset anymore. So you can see we have here the btde.trade trade token, and I have already monitored that. So, but we can take another one just for fun. So I'll take one of them. Now I've seen all my email addresses. And once you have confirmed the email notification, oh, give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. There we go, back to the screen. So you can see here, I have the token monitored. So I monitor it for trades and for transfers. So if I want to have notifications for sell orders over a certain price of Burstcoin, I just click 12 and just click away, and then it's actually saved automatically. You don't have to push save or anything, and you put in all the values that you like, and if you don't want anything anymore, you can just remove it, and then it's cleared, then you won't have any notifications. So I will just show you how it actually looks like. So for example, I'm receiving notification every time this token is traded. I can see this address has traded 850 tokens to this address, and the token price is this. So every time somebody trades this token, I will have an email notification of it. And it could be any tokens. You can have as many tokens as you want. And probably later today, this will be public for everybody.
Wow, that's cool. Do you intend to support other notification stuff like Telegram, for example?
That could be, yes. So right now I'm just doing for the token part, and later on we can probably do some cross-site notifications, APIs maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Awesome.
so yeah, definitely.
Nice job.
So probably will be launched later today.
Okay, very nice.
Just need the final test and so on. So yes, that was it.
Okay, I think we are 1 hour streaming. Let's finish, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you,
Alistair,
guys.
you will make a 10-minute shortcut of that, which is like the feature like you did with the last one.
Yeah, without all the errors.
No, exactly, with all the errors. You need only the errors. Make 2 versions, the right one and the wrong one. You will do that.
No, bro, it's weird. We'll make a version for all people, because some people like the polished bits. Some people like the bloopers. I like the raw bits, you know, when people make mistakes. That's when they're most real.
Yeah, of course.
Like the Mila Mani one, bro. My neighbor's swearing at me. Jeez, man. This shit happens, you know. But shame, he was going through a divorce, so I don't blame him. He was feeling cocked, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you, guys.
So, guys, thank you all. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Okay, cheers, eh? See you on number 6.
Goodbye.
Yeah.